At this time, we would ask everyone that can stand to remove your caps and join us in a word of prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for North Greenville University, their willingness to help us with these competitions. We pray for the continued safety of all the participants, the players, the officials. Pray, Lord, that you would help us to encourage the respective teams in a manner that reflects our relationship with your Son, Jesus Christ. For it's in his name we pray. Amen. Now we'll be starting lineups for the Trinity.
And we wish you a good evening from Pepsi Stadium, North Greenville University, on a 53-degree, light, rainy, cloudy, kind of gray afternoon or evening in the upstate. It's time to kick things off. It's the NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer Championship. This is the 2-3 matchup between the 3-seed Trinity Baptist College Eagles, coming in at 7-12-1, and the 2-seed Kansas Christian College Falcons, coming in at 11-5-1. Pool B action to start things out here in 2018. Hi, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you for my second straight year and our first year here on this brand new NCCAA network. Let's meet both teams' starting lineups. We'll start with Trinity Baptist from Jacksonville, Florida. Head coach Ellie Jean in his second season, starting in front of the net, Kyle Altman. Also starting today for Trinity is number 2, Hakeem Bellamy, number 5, Joshua Cook, number 6, Brian Paul, number 7, Charlie Milius, number 11, Nazir Guanipa, number 12, Clayton McDaniel, number 13, Nathan Williams, number 14, Gabrielle Zafrio, number 21, Pedro Melgar, and number 22, Joseph Nava. Starting today for Kansas, from Kansas City, Kansas, and head coach Guy Fidala. In front of the net, starting is number 1, Gaw Race. Number 2, Tlong Tang, also starting today. Number 3, Lucas Souza. Number 4, Guy Oliveira. Number 6, Mateus Alonso. Number 9, Guy Lima. Number 10, Abner Antonio. Number 11, Steven Castaneda. Number 16, Joshua Franco. Number 26, Zaki Mosavi. And number 27, Mo Hamid. So that's the starters for both of these teams. Guy Fidala in his second year as well for the Falcons, who in their second year are right back where they were last year in their very first year here in this national tournament. The Falcons, the top scoring team in Division II with 57 goals. Trinity Baptist, a good attack on their own. They have 41 goals. That's 7th best in Division II. Trinity takes the field. They are in the yellow. Kansas is in the blue. Contrasting colors, certainly, and maybe a bit confusing if you're just tuning in. So it is Trinity in the yellow and Kansas in the blue. And again, this is Pool B, Game 1 of Pool B here today. Coming up later on tonight, we'll go to Pool A, where the top seed North Central takes on Pensacola, and that'll be about a half hour after we're done here today. So we had to move things around because of the weather We got about 4 or 5 inches of rain here in the upstate of South Carolina yesterday, and more of that is on the way today. More has fallen today already. It's more of an annoying drizzle right now than anything else. So switch venues at the last minute. Got to give the folks at North Greenville a big thanks and shout out for helping us out. So it'll be Trinity who will possess first. By the way, the field, if you're wondering, is in beautiful shape. I was down there just in my sneakers, and if I had to run 90 minutes in my sneakers just down there, I'd be fine. So the field is in excellent shape here at North Greenville. Excellent facilities here on this campus, Division II school in the upstate. So we're underway as the Eagles again possess first. Trinity started the season 0-7-1, playing a brutal schedule, as you see Kansas coming forward and trying to force the tempo. Kansas winning it. It was Thang taking it away. Over on the far side, I believe, Mosavy for Kansas. So a throw here in the early stages for Trinity. Trinity, as I mentioned, a brutal schedule, 7-5. They've won 7 of their last 12 games. Tough schedule. Losses to Kaiser and NAIA. Ave Maria, another NAIA. Point. And Weber International, both NAIAs. Also a couple of Division IIs, including Rollins and Southern, amongst others. Nerves, no doubt, here in the early stages. Both teams settling in. And you get in this situation where you're playing a team you're not familiar with. And it just takes a little time for both teams to settle into this one. We've seen a couple of throws on the far side here in the early going, and not much else. For Trinity, that's off of, or excuse me, for Kansas, that's off Hamid. Kansas, Guy Fadala, putting his team in good position yet again. The top attacking team, as I mentioned, with 57 goals on the season. Second in shots with 16.3. They really want to run. And Trinity, we saw this from them last year. They're all about ball control and making the most of their opportunities, as we have the first foul of the game on Kansas, and that'll set up a free kick from center circle. Comes to the near side for Melgar. Guanipa. Now Zafrio. And that pass is off the mark. It's taken back by Hamid over on the far side. Hamid trying to get the counter going, and that stingy defense. The right back, Clayton McDaniel, 7 goals, 4 assists from his position here in 2018. That ball from Irwin sent forward and headed back by Trinity. On the near side, it's Thang. This is Souza, the center back, and that pass off the mark. So a throw this time for Trinity, just underway here in the 3rd minute. Chris Shima, glad to be with you on the brand new NCCAA network. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. You can interact with the NCCAA on Twitter if you're having any problems or questions or comments or anything like that. Feel free to give those folks a shout. Kansas trying to get it going. That pass was short from Lima. Kansas winning it back, though. This is Alonzo near center circle, sending it over on the far side, looking for Hamid, and it's going to bounce a couple of times to Altman. Let's talk about Kyle Altman, the sophomore keeper for the Eagles. 3.08 goals against average. Stopped 65% of the shots he's faced during the season. 87 saves on the year from registered Georgia. Nifty move, Lima trying to get in. And the center back, Melgar, clearing it out for Trinity. Kansas came in as the top attacking team last year as well and didn't do much on the attack here in this national tournament. They were the #1 seed in the tournament as a first-year program last year and went 0-2 in pool play. They lost 1-0 against Trinity in overtime and 3-1 against Bob Jones, so just 1 goal in 2 matches for the Falcons from the Overland Park area of Kansas City, again on the Kansas side of that metro area. And the attack never really looked crisp in either game last year, so Falcons looking to rebound here in their second year. Guy Fidala told me that he had a lot of guys leave for various reasons and really had to start from scratch, so there's a lot of new faces as they still try to get things going here on the attack here this evening. Possession trading about. It's been a frenetic pace to start this one. Quick throw in. And over on the right side, Melgar tried to make something happen, and they call a foul on Trinity, or on Kansas, excuse me. So Melgar, with the good defensive play to draw the foul, is what I meant to say there, and he gets a free kick as a result. Second foul of the game, both on Kansas. Trinity on the near side, Milius. Beautiful ball. Guanipa with a good run. Trying to get by one defender, he does. Sends it into the box. That's through the legs of Nava, sent back out. Trying to run it down as Williams for Trinity. It's sent back to him. And again, Kansas, a lot of activity. Continue to press, and that was Hamid on the left side for Kansas. Kansas Christian, 11-5-1. A lot of lopsided scores on their season. 5 of their 11 wins by 5 goals or more. 3 of their 5 losses by 4 goals or more. So it's been an all-or-nothing kind of a year, mostly all for Kansas. This year they're seeded #2 at the top of Pool B. Pool B this year is Kansas, Trinity, and Kentucky. So this is a rematch of that fantastic game that we saw last year. All of the games just about last year were so competitive and so close. This one in particular, like this year, these two teams kicking off this tournament, and they played an overtime thriller. The shots were 15-15. There was very little separation between these two teams. And so far it's been more of the same. The goal last year, Hilare scored for Trinity. Trinity reaching the championship game last year. They lost 1-0 to rival Pensacola. That was a wild one as well. So you get to this time of the year, the scoring is usually typically low. It's all about capitalizing on those limited opportunities that you get. Over on the far side for Kansas, I believe, was Mosavy. That's headed out by the center back, Melgar. Kansas staying with it, and Trinity sends it away. Just underway, 9th minute. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. We're at North Greenville University, Division II program here in the upstate of South Carolina. About 30 minutes north of Bob Jones. About 15 miles, but about 30-minute drive. Over on the near side, it's Antonio tried to make something happen there. That went through the legs of Franco for Kansas. And Trinity trying now for the counterattack. McDaniel sends it into the box. That's going to be knocked away by the keeper, Dos Reis. The Brazilian, a 1.20 goals against average, 52 saves on the year, 3 clean sheets for the Brazilian. An international flair for sure for Guy Fidala. Lots of players from Brazil. Antonio Lima, and Oliveira, all three from Brazil. And that ball's cleared out right near us. Souza sending it back. So Trinity with more of the possession here in the early going. Melgar with the throw-in. Guanipa tried to run that down. They say deflected off of Kansas. So it'll be Melgar for Trinity on the throw. 10 minutes in. Boy, that throw was way off. Guanipa tried to come up with it, but that does go behind for a goal kick. The Men's Soccer National Championship is brought to you by our friends at Pepsi, located right here in the upstate. Pepsi delivers an array of Pepsi products that you know and love. Pepsi, crisp, smooth, refreshing. And we're at Pepsi Stadium. Helpful. Here in North Greenville, it's 52 degrees today, and most of the weather is coming from the Gulf Coast. So it's 52 degrees, and you've got that crisp fall upstate air combining with a lot of moisture and humidity from the Gulf, and it makes your mind do tricks on itself because you think it's going to be cold, and then you're just sweating and cold. In other words, we're all getting the flu. Third foul on Kansas and another free kick upcoming for Trinity. It'll be Melgar to take it again. Pedro Power Melgar booms it in, and that's headed back by Kansas. They're trying to get the counter over on the far side. I believe Franco trying to make a play. That was Antonio. My apologies. It's a little bit hard to see those numbers over on the far side, folks, so let this first day be a mulligan for me. More violations on Kansas. Trinity will get it back here in minute number 12. Zafrio on that right side. That's Vasquez. The Eagles from Jacksonville, Florida, used to playing in humid conditions, no doubt. Kansas Christian, I have to think that a lot of these guys, although you have a lot of Brazilians who are used to it always being humid, but for the local players, it's got to be a different feeling. We're used to it in these parts. Kansas again trying to get it to Hamid. Mohammed is one of those local products from the across the river in Kansas City, Missouri. He's got 5 goals on 20 shots this year, and they are trying to feed him early on in this one over on that far left side. He wears number 27. Brian Paul from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, has had the task from the right back spot of dealing with them so far here in the early going. 13 minutes in, trying to get that ball through. The net is wide open. They send it into the box, and it's Guanipa firing it into the back of the net.
Number 11. Nazar Guanipa.
Nazar Guanipa strikes first. And here in minute 13, it's Trinity 1 and Kansas 0. God, us race. I mean, he came so far out. And it was a beautiful find to Guanipa. There is a injured Falcons player down. That's had us held up here for just a moment. So Guanipa now 4 goals on the season on 19 shots, 13 of those shots on goal. And that's one of the things that I've noticed preparing for this tournament. So many of these teams are so accurate, and a lot of these guys, Guanipa 19 and 13 shots, the shots on goal. That's a great percentage. You've got similar numbers in Angelo Fernandez, the sophomore from Venezuela. Nava for Trinity, 52 shots, 38 of those shots are on goal. We've had some subs come in, and we will check those numbers. Hamid was the shaken up player for Kansas, so he comes off. And considering they've been trying to get it to him so early and often here, that's not what you want to see. So Trinity strikes first. It won't take us 97 minutes this year between these two teams to get a goal. On defensive mistake, certainly for the Falcons, with Doss Race coming so far out of the box. Kansas certainly has the foot and the attack to handle any kind of a high-scoring game. I mentioned they've been involved in several, although many have been blowouts one way or the other. Look at the speed on this side now. That's number 22, Nava. And Nava deflected it off of Doss Race. I don't remember that kind of speed last year for Trinity. I don't remember them having a guy like that. Joseph Nava from Milan, Italy, is tied for 5th in the NCCAA in Division II with 14 goals on the year. So he's got that breakaway speed, and you saw it there. 30 points on the year for Nava. 2 assists to go along with those 14 goals. 1-0, 15 minutes in. Trinity, the 3 seed, coming in 7-12-1. But as I mentioned, they started 0-7-1 against brutal competition. Kansas started 3-5-1. They played tough competition as well. They come in winners of their last 8. But Trinity right now has controlled things. Brian Paul with the pass over to Clayton McDaniel. Oliveira on the near side sending that forward. It was deflected off Trinity. So it'll be a throw now for Kansas. Kansas will play Thursday against Kentucky. So they have an off day tomorrow. Everybody has an off day on Friday. On the men's side, we'll have the 2 women's semifinals coming at you on Friday. And all the games for pool play are at 5 and 7:30. And on Thursday, it'll be Kansas playing again at 5 p.m. This is the, I believe, first foul on Trinity, so something from a set piece maybe here for the Falcons. There's a couple of different guys around the ball right now for Kansas. Alonzo on top of it. Lima, number 9, and number 6, Alonzo. Correction, number 3, Souza, not Alonzo. So Kansas here in minute 17 will try to make something happen, trailing 1-0. 13th minute goal for Trinity by Guanipa. And they set it up. It's a low shot, not a bad effort there from Souza. So they set it up for Souza, and Altman had to make a dive on it. It was just a little bit wide to the right, but good idea. Folks, we want to thank everybody who's partnered with us to bring you the NCCAA National Tournament. Spanx, Aramark, Bon Secours, Integra Bank, and, of course, our friends at Pepsi who are sponsoring this men's tournament. Trinity again on the ball. They've had more of it here today. Milius sends it forward. On the near side, turning on it, Guanipa. It's taken back by Thang. Good defense for the Falcons that time. Franco sends it ahead. Trinity is there again. It's Williams, booted out by Oliveira for the Falcons. Gui Oliveira, another Brazilian. Kansas Christian, the champs of the Southwest region, won 1-0 against Manhattan. Guy Lima with the game-winning goal in the region final. How about that run again from Nava? Nava deflects it, but inadvertent handball there. Trinity, they're the South Region champs. They won 3-1 against Bob Jones in the semifinals and then 3-1 against Pensacola in the final. What can Kansas get going here? Antonio on the far side has moved up after Hamid left, shaken up for the Falcons. Jordi Lagos, the freshman, has come in. Got that throw in, sent back by Alonzo. Kansas patient with it right now, trying to get something going. McDaniel is there to clear. Sent back to Doss Race. Souza boots it. Near side, this is Thang. It's long Thang from right there in Kansas City, Kansas. Alonzo near center circle, sends it back. Oliveira. Kansas is wanting to even the possession time out a bit, but a bad pass. Look out, because here comes Nava. Sliding up is Doss Race again, way out of the box. Nava pleading for a call. Kansas had an opportunity now here for the counterattack. Alonzo, the midfielder, boots it to Castaneda. And diving for it, Altman. Too far forward on that one for Castaneda. 20th minute. See what everybody's talking about at visitgreenvillesc.com. From beautiful landscapes to a small-town Main Street, it's no wonder why people from all across the world are visiting Greenville. Check out Greenville, South Carolina. I have made probably in my broadcasting career, just in the last few years, a dozen or so, maybe even more than that, trips to this area, and it's a wonderful place. It really is. Charlie Milius shaken up, so he's going to come out. Turion Lee, a sophomore from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, I believe is the one who's coming in for Ellie Jean and company. I was hoping to check out some of Greenville this week. It's been too rainy, though, to really be able to do anything. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Our second year hosting this tournament. First year of the NCAA network. NCCAA, streamlining everything. And all the championships now will be hosted here. And it's nice because for those of you who are like me, as we see some shaking up players and some tough challenges right there. We've got Rokus and streaming devices. Yellow card comes out for Franco for Kansas. Shaken up player for Trinity is Williams. So Trinity will have something off of a set piece again. Kansas has led the fouls. I believe it's 4-1. So it looks like Williams will stay in, shaken up, but still able to go. A tough challenge for Franco as our first yellow card of this tournament. By the way, folks, if you want to chat with us on Twitter, last year we had the live chat. We don't have that this year, but you can interact with us on Twitter using the hashtag NCCAA Soccer, and I am checking that periodically. Zafrio sends it in. Punched out by Doss Race. Nice play by him. That was a beautiful ball. Williams on the far side trying to chase it down, and it's going to go off the Eagles out of play. "21 minutes into this one. If you're just joining us, Guanipa for Trinity scored the game's first goal in the 13th minute. On the near side, Bellamy. Bellamy facing some pressure from Castaneda, sends it ahead. For Trinity, Lee tries to run it down, and Souza clears. "52 degrees today, and some light rain, pelting rain, annoying rain, not too much widespread, although there is, at least the last chance I had to look at the weather, a chance for more driving rain tonight." Oh no, was that throw was off the mark and it goes out of bounds. I don't think Munoz meant to do it. Correction, that was Thang, who just whiffed on the throw. Ball is wet out there. I mentioned in the beginning that the field is in great shape, but it doesn't mean it's not wet. Kansas now getting the throwback. Thang has a little space. That ball sent to the right. That's going to be deflected off of a Falcons player, so Trinity will throw it in. Looks like we might get more subs first, though. That was wrong. So throw for the Eagles, headed by Lee. Souza again there, sending it into the box. Trouble there for Trinity. They were able to clear. On the ball was Castaneda, and then the Eagles getting it back before knocking it out of play. Franco. On the left side, Antonio trying to send it into the box. McDaniel sends it away. Kansas again staying on it. Antonio tried to run it down. Defender got there first for the Eagles, and it's cleared out of play. Looks like it'll be a throw. '24th minute now. And 1-0 in favor of Trinity. Kansas trying to equalize here. They're starting to get more of the ball. It hasn't really led to much on the attack, though. Kyle Altman, the keeper for Trinity, hasn't really been challenged. He did off of a free kick. Souza sent it just wide right. Had to make a diving stop on that. Castaneda back to Thang with the cross. Nice flick. That, I believe, was Lima who tried for the flick. Was that Souza again? Again, apologies, folks. That was Lima. That was a beautiful play there. Best attacking play for Kansas so far here tonight. And it was Lima on the flick off the cross. Falcons again getting on the ball. Kansas came in hot. They won their last 8. Here's Lima with a good run. Sliding challenge by Vasquez, I believe. And a good challenge for him as it prevented that counter from getting going. So we're inside 20 minutes now here in this opening half. We'll take a break at halftime, FYI. That's going to be a foul called this time on Kansas, so their attack fizzles out there. The Falcons 11-5-1, seeded second in this year's tournament, the second-year program. How about the job Guy Fidala has done to really build this program up in just 2 years and really have to do it twice from what he said. Quick free kick. Ready for it was Kyle Altman. Running at it, Castaneda. But the Eagles don't nap on defense. We learned that last year. Every one of these games is going to be a dogfight to get a goal against that Trinity College defense. They're trying to get on the attack again. It's the speedy Nava losing it. Good defense there for Kansas. Far side for Trinity. Putting some pressure on the ball, so they send it to Thang. Kansas does. 27th minute. First 13 minutes. We went without a goal, and then Guanipa changed that for Trinity. Ifadala on the near side is instructing his team, and this play, it's sent in by Souza. Nice booming kick. Castaneda trying to get there, and it's cleared out again. Another foul is called on Kansas. I wasn't sure if it was an offside or not. The official who would raise the flag is blocked from my field of view. But either way, Trinity gets it back, and the attack goes for nothing. Eagles boom that forward, headed by Oliveira. Oliveira trying to play it forward, a battle that Antonio wins now. Lima sending it back. Souza's got to chase it down. He's got room. Souza sends it back. Again, the pressure. This time it's coming from Guanipa. Ball into the box, headed out for Trinity. Franco sends it forward, headed left side by Castaneda. Cleared out again by Trinity. Again, the Falcons get something going here. It's crossed into the box. Nice header, Lima, and it goes wide to the right and out of play for a goal kick. But you see, Kansas is starting to get more active now. And as this first half has gone on, now they're on the ball a little bit more. More of the chances. Ellie Jean yelling at his team to get up. Our vantage point is a little bit closer to the field here. We're expected to be here tomorrow as well. And then we'll be back at Alumni Stadium at Bob Jones for the remaining of the competition on Thursday and Saturday. So that's the plan right now. Again, any more rain and that could change things. I was driving up here and I had a long way to go, and I saw a lot of roads closed because of the flooding in the area that they got from all of the rain, which is still coming. Some dancing by Thang. Taken back. Good defense, Guanipa. Trinity Williams lost it. Sent in by Alonzo. And nobody's home on this near side. And that'll roll behind for a goal kick. That's a good thing that North Greenville has the kind of facility and it's located close enough. There's a lot of good facilities in this area. Certainly Bob Jones is one of them, but fields, natural fields certainly can only handle so much water. And you don't want things to be unsafe for the players, certainly. That time of the year, I remember the first tournament that I did, the women's soccer tournament in Florida back in 2013 or 14, where there was just all kinds of pouring rain and driving rain that whole last day, or second to last day, if I'm remembering correctly. It's that time of the year. Players certainly know how to deal with it. Kansas again trying to get something working on that far side. It's Antonio. It's sent back. Patient right now for the Falcons. The top team in scoring yet again in the NCCAA at the Division II level. Ball deflected. Lagos sends it to the far side. I believe that's Mossavi. Mossavi, the left back. Coming up and making a nice play was Lee. He gets it back. Here comes the counter for Trinity. The defense is there, though. Oliveira knocks it away. Thang sends it back. Das Reis will bring it forward. Nice header that time by Castaneda. Kansas off the back heel from Lima. Castaneda running backwards with it, and it's taken back by Williams off the deflection. You have to be in communication. You have to be in sync against this Trinity defense in this national tournament. I said it last year, I'll say it this year. A stingy defensive team. They're one of the best in the country. You get to this time of the year, the chances are going to be far and few in between. And the reality there on that last play for Kansas is they had opportunity and numbers in their favor, and the pass was off or the communication was off, whatever the reason, it fizzled out, and you can't make those kinds of mistakes. That ball went off the official, and Lagos gave it a run before it's won back again by Trinity. Trinity frustrated Kansas last year in that 1-0 overtime victory for the Eagles. Minute 36 now. And it's the 3-seed Trinity leading it 1-0. Kansas letting that one roll, and then it's knocked ahead before headed forward by Zafrio for Trinity. Good ball by Zafrio. And a good run that time for Trinity. It was, folks, I'll be frank with you, the Trinity roster was a little bit of a mess coming into this one, and I believe it was Grimaldo. We've got guys on the roster who are clearly not here, and guys who we didn't expect to come who are here. So apologies if I flake a little bit on some of the names and numbers for Trinity. So for Kansas, they've had 3 really good looks so far today. I kind of make it seem like Trinity's dominating them, and that's not really the case. Just a couple of plays here and there that Kansas had a clear opportunity. Not that time, but a couple of sequences before that and have gone by the wayside. Learned, love, and lead for over 90 years, Bob Jones University has been equipping leaders to make a difference for the cause of Christ. Find out more by visiting bju.edu. They will be hosting things for volleyball, for Division II women's soccer, and for most of this men's soccer tournament. We'll be here today. We'll be here tomorrow as well. Trinity plays tomorrow against Kentucky. That'll be a 5 p.m. start Eastern time again. Foul on Trinity, so another opportunity off of a set piece, and Kansas has been pretty good on the set piece chances so far here today. Minute 36, the Falcons trying to level it. That, I believe, is Antonio on the ball. Antonio will send it in. Beautiful. That was a rocket, but just a little bit over Altman. Abner Antonio from Brazil as well. 5 goals, 3 assists on the year. 16 shots, 10 shots on goal. I mentioned the accuracy for a lot of the guys from Trinity. It's the same story with the Falcons. Lima's got 25 shots, 17 on goal. Castaneda is usually the man, though, for Kansas. In fact, he leads Division II with 22 goals on the year, and he's also first with 50 points. 45 shots for him, 33 of those on goal. But right now, the Eagles for Trinity in control, and a late whistle after some bickering and pleading, and the foul committed by the Falcons. "37th minute, you see the time left there in this first half. We'll take a break at halftime, correct? We're not doing it, yeah. We'll take a break at halftime for 15 minutes. Get dinner ready. Do what you need to do. You hear my voice again, come on back. Bellamy sends it into the box. Good defense again, the center back Oliveira. Zafrio stays on the ball. Williams sends it on the right. And again, the defense is there for the Falcons. Can they get the counter going? And again, it's hesitant. Antonio was hesitant there. Trinity gets it back. That through ball, they're trying to get it to Nava. Nava tries to fight his way through. And did they call another foul on the Falcons? It looks like that's the case. I like Nava. Joseph Nava, the freshman from Milan, Italy. To fight his way through. Speedy Syria. Kind of style. So for Trinity, another free kick, and it looks like McDaniel on the far side will take it. You see everybody aligned just outside the box. Ball into the box, headed, and right to the keeper. It was headed by Chea, I believe, for Trinity. And a nice play by Dos Reis to make the save. So pretty good on the set pieces today for both teams, but so far no goals to show from it. And it really does. You hear every broadcaster, soccer broadcaster from England to Brazil and Italy and all over the place. When you get to these national tournaments, when you're playing the best at your level, it's all about those set pieces and trying to capitalize on those. Trinity got their goal in the 13th minute on a counter after Dos Reis came out. But for the most part in this tournament, you're going to see a lot of things happen via the set piece. Teams are so evenly matched that there's very little separation defensively. But on a set piece, you can really gather yourself. That's crossed in by Bellamy now. Correction, that was Thang. And that's going to be over to the right. Altman, I don't think he knew where that went. We'll see who it's deflected off. We've yet to have a corner kick here in the 40th minute. And it looks like we're going to have our first here for Kansas. And I believe Ortega will take it for the Falcons. Curves it in right at the keeper, Altman, who makes a nice play on it. I got to check on that number again, folks. And I think I need to correct myself. It was Alonzo who took that corner kick. 7 assists on the year for the Brazilian, the sophomore, and 5'8". So minute 46. That ball sent into the box, and coming up with it is Altman again. No trouble there as the attack fizzles, but Kansas is really picking things up here. I think I said minute 46. It's minute 41. Math is hard. What can I tell you? So Kyle Altman again facing more challenges here in the second half of this first half, as Kansas has started to get it going, but that defense for the Eagles continues to hold. Williams able to deflect that off of Castaneda out of play. Kansas and Trinity meeting for the second straight year to open up pool play in this NCAA Division II tournament. What is the difference for those of you who might be watching from Brazil, from Italy, from Haiti, wherever you're from, might not be familiar with American soccer? First of all, I apologize for the clock. We don't control that. That's why I give it to you the international way. That ball sent in. They were looking for Nava there. Ball deflected out. Again, good defense for the Falcons. Trinity continues to pressure. Both teams are pressuring. Like I said it early on. It's no less true right now. It's been a frenetic pace. That through ball deflected, trying to run it down, was Castaneda, but the defense again sends it back. So what is the difference if you're not familiar with the American collegiate soccer pyramid, I guess you can say? This Division II versus Division I in the NCAA. Division II do not offer athletic scholarships. Division I teams do. Where are they at overall? It gets a little more complicated than that, but near the bottom, basically. You've got NCAA Division I. That ball sent in, but nothing they could do on the near side as Lima was offside and didn't want that flag to come up. He's going to put some pressure on Altman, and they'll allow him to run around a little bit. So you've got NCAA Division I, and then the second tier of the pyramid is where I would put D2, also NAIA, and I'd also throw junior college into that. All three of those at the second tier. And then the third tier would be your NCAA Division III, and the fourth tier would be where we're at here, NCAA. That ball crossed into the box. Altman came out, made things look interesting, but nobody was home really on the near side for Kansas to make something happen. That ball sent into the box again. Castaneda was there, but I believe he was off. So that's my rough estimate of it. You've also got the USCAA. You've got other athletic competitions that I would put in the fourth tier, along with NCAA. The USCAA and ACCA are right there. In fact, Kansas Christian is a dual member of the NCAA and ACCA. It's got to be interesting, though, if you're from overseas, too. Certainly, it's all about the development, the teams actually developing players as young as, 8, 9 years old. But here in the United States, it's all done collegiately, at least for now. They're trying to change that. The USL, and in fact, the USL is starting their own little pyramid, and they're bringing what is essentially a third division team to this area, Greenville, South Carolina, next year. So we've got 1:05 left to go and another player down for Kansas. They've lost Mohammed so far today. We have yet to see him return, although I've seen him on the bench. And we'll check on the injured player for Kansas. I believe it's Franco. 10? Correction, it's Antonio. Those 10s and 6s. Got to widen those circles out a little bit next year for the uniforms. So Abner Antonio, the Brazilian, limping his way off as both teams go to the bench for some water. Again, it's cold, but it's humid right now. So it's 52 degrees. The best way I could describe it is imagine 52 degrees, but you're still sweating, and it's still humid. And that's kind of what we have right now. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, is going to be the colder of the days. I think the high is only 44. And then it's gradually going to warm up, folks. By the end of this week, we're going to have beautiful weather for the semifinals and for the semifinals for the women, and then the championship games played on Saturday. It's going to be picture perfect for those days. The rest of the days, not so much. So the clock stops with a minute left to go here in this first half. And we hope Antonio will be okay. So they've lost 10 goals. They've lost 20% of their scoring so far in this first half, have the Falcons, with Antonio and Hamid leaving. Both of those players combined have 10 goals on the year. Inside a minute left to go. Let's see who can make a push here. Trinity trying to add to their lead, and Kansas has really worked themselves back in it. They have been on the ball much more often here in the last, especially 15 minutes or so. It's cleared out. Kansas looks to push. Castaneda looking to throw quickly to Alonso. Alonso sends it to the middle. That pass off the mark. Saves it, though, off the deflection, and that's going to be fired over the crossbar. Off the foot of Lagos. And they say he deflected that, so it's a save for Kyle Altman, And we're going to have our second corner kick quickly with 11 seconds left to go. That's going to be headed out, deflected back, sent back into the box. 6 seconds left to go. Still danger. Now it's cleared out, and the first half will come to a flurry and a furious end. 1-0 in favor of Trinity after 45 minutes of play. In the 13th minute, it was Nazir Guanipa with his 4th goal of the season. 1-0 in favor of the 3-seed Trinity Baptist over the 2-seed Kansas Christian. So, folks, again, we'll go away for about 15 minutes. We'll come back bringing the second half here in just a little bit to keep the broadcast going. And when you hear the sound of my voice again, you'll know to come on back. You're watching the 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer Championship on the NCCAA Network. Welcome back to Greenville, South Carolina, Pepsi Stadium on the campus of North Greenville University. NCCAA Network presenting opening round of pool play here in this 2018 Division II Men's Soccer National Championship. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. It's 1-0 in favor of the 3-seed Trinity. They lead the Kansas Christian Falcons, the 2-seed, after 45 minutes. It was a 13th minute goal from Guanipa off of an assist from Charlie Milius. His first assist of the season, by the way. And that's where we're at. It was a tale of two halves, really. The first half of that first half really belonged to Trinity. They had all the possession, all of the chances, and then in the second half, dropped back a little bit. Kansas Christian started pulling forward. They had 3 really good looks in that first half. But unfortunately, none of them hit the back of the net, and Trinity leads it 1-0. So let's see what the second half has in store. If you're just joining us, you might be confused because both of these teams have similar colors. So it's the Eagles in the yellow and the Falcons in the blue. Falcons trying to avoid last year's disappointment. They came in as the 1 seed and did not win in pool play, losing twice. This is Pool B, by the way. The other opponents in this pool is Kentucky Christian. Kansas will see them on Thursday, and Trinity will see them on Wednesday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. We'll be right back here at North Greenville. Thursday, we're planning on being at Bob Jones. That's the plan, at least for right now. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments that Guy Fidala has made. I'm looking around, and I still don't see Mohammed, who left with an injury in that first half for the Falcons. They also lost Antonio in that first half with an injury. He's also not out there. Trinity has used a lot of speed. That was a beautiful ball. Set up now for McDaniel on the near side, and McDaniel trouble with that. Good defensive player, but awkward looking as he tried to make a play on the ball for the Eagles. So the Eagles wrap up pool play, tomorrow against Kentucky at 5. And then Kansas will take on Kentucky on Thursday, so Kansas with the day off tomorrow. And, you can look at it a couple of different ways as Trinity gets back on the ball over on that far side. I believe that's Williams. Impossible to see that number from our vantage point, but I do believe it's Williams. The weather's supposed to be improved by Thursday. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be a little bit better, but it will still be wet. Minute 48, it's going to be a throw for Trinity. Bellamy will throw it in. Hakeem Bellamy, the freshman from Trinidad. 1 goal, 1 assist so far here in the season. The winner of Pool A and the winner of Pool B will meet for the championship, as that pass was off the mark and Franco could not run it down. Championship will be played Saturday evening. And I think this year they might have done it different. Last year they did the women's first. This year they're going to do the men's final first, so it'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern time for those of you in other parts of the country and the world. 5 p.m. $1,700, I think. And that'll be again on Saturday. So once pool play wraps up, the teams get a day off, and the 2 final teams will wrap things up on Saturday. There will be a third-place game for the women Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. Last year, I don't believe we had to go to too many tiebreakers. It's wins and losses first and foremost. So if you win the group, if you win both games, you don't have to worry about tiebreakers. If 2 teams end up tied, then it's all about the points, the goals scored, the goals allowed, and on and on and on. Right now, both of these teams just trying to take care of business here as we open up group play. McDaniel on the near side. Taken away by Lagos. Near side, Franco. Franco sends it ahead. 15 minutes in the books, and 1-0 it continues to be for Trinity. The speedy Nava for Trinity trying to get into the box, but that ball too far forward and no trouble for Dos Reis. Headed back by McDaniel. He might have taken that off of his face as he goes down immediately. Oh, you hate to see that for Clayton McDaniel. So McDaniel, hopefully just the wind knocked out of him at worst right now. Here in the 51st minute. And he does look like he's okay. Thankfully, we don't see any kind of blood or anything there. In cold weather, humid or not, that can't feel good. So McDaniel has his wits about him. So the officials are telling him to go get checked out by the trainer just to be sure. McDaniel is upset, but you got to understand they have to be cautious with concussions and everything. You know, all of that news about football and concussions, it happens so often in soccer too. And I've never not seen a player complain about it every single time. But, you know, it's 2018 and we know more now about what concussions can do. And why not just see? You can always come back into the game. So Brenner Pittman, the junior from Montana for Trinity, will come in for McDaniel while McDaniel gets looked at. And again, concussion, broken nose, anything could be wrong with you, and you don't feel it because it's cold out. So a nice job by the officials, even though Trinity offered some protest. Forced the young man to get looked at. When he's 40 years old, he'll thank himself for going to get looked at. That went off the foot of Nava, I believe, or was it deflected by Kansas? They're going to give Trinity to throw on the far side. And I believe McDaniel's coming right back in. So there you go. Got looked at. He's fine. We know he's fine now. And the official's doing a nice job to let him right back in. So Pittman will depart. So off that throw, it goes out of play, and it'll be a goal kick from behind for Kansas. So much like the first half, we're seeing Trinity on the ball more to start this second half. 52 minutes in. Want to remind you folks that this NCCAA National Tournament action for men's soccer brought to you by our friends at Pepsi. Crisp, smooth, refreshing. I have heard of people who will warm up Pepsi. And I'm not much in the mood for experimenting like that, but as the temperature continues to drop, I'm starting to think more and more, maybe my Pepsi would be good at 180 degrees. Send it to the box. Good ball in. That's going to be headed. Trinity, I believe Vasquez. It was knocked out by Kansas. So this is the first corner kick for Trinity, and they're going to take it quickly here.
Get in the box, Steven!
Quick corner. Ball in. McDaniel tried to head it up. And it looks like Kansas is going to escape. Can they get the counterattack going, though? On the near side, it's Franco. 3 defenders around him. I have loved watching every team play last year, but this Trinity defense is really something special. And Ellie Jean, who was an assistant and now the head coach, really doing good things with this Jacksonville-based program. Lagos sends it into the box. Alonso sliding to try to keep it was Franco, but it's cleared out. And they say it's cleared out by the Eagles. So corner kick number 2, I believe, for Kansas so far here tonight. So Alonso will take it. 7 assists on the season. Sends it into the box. Oh, outreaching his hands was Altman and got just enough of his body up to grab that off the header. Kyle Altman preserving his 1-0 advantage, using every bit of his body there. As you get another look at it. Just got enough stretched out. Kansas Christian again on the attack. Deflected twice by Altman, and it's going into the back of the net on the third effort by Lima. Alonso had it twice, blocked by Altman, and then Lima followed it up. Guy Lima, his 10th goal of the season. Here in the 55th, we are even again. So Lima, off a couple deflections. You credit Kyle Altman with some nifty work there, but the Falcons kept coming forward and kept pressuring, and they finally have their equalizer from Lima. 10 goals now and 4 assists, 24 points here in 2018 for Guy Lima, the sophomore. Vitória, Brazil. Another player is shaken up for Kansas. I mentioned they've lost 2 players already, Antonio and Hamid, to injury. And they've got a nice deep bench, but you don't want to test it that much. The good news for Kansas is they'll have the day off tomorrow, so hopefully these guys can get rehabbed and get out there against Kentucky on Thursday. So while they attend to the injured party, I want to remind you, for over 50 years, the NCCAA has been promoting outreach and ministry through athletic competition. You can learn more. Go to the nccaa.org. You can also go there for all the tournament highlights and results and box scores and pool play standings and all that. Lucas Souza shaken up for the Falcons. So he will come off and be attended to. Tuong Thang, I believe, coming back in for him. So how does Trinity respond now? This is one of those rare instances where they are now even again after having that lead. They led for most of this one. And again, it's been Kansas who's had more of the possession here. As you see that turnover. Another opportunity via the counter. And again, the Eagles defense was ready for it, though. McDaniel and Williams coming up with it. They brought McDaniel up, I should say, into an attacking spot. He's the striker on the near side. They cross it in for him, and that's going to be sent back by the defender, Zaki. So a corner kick now. McDaniel jogging out there. He might give way, though. We'll see who's going to take it. McDaniel's got 4 assists. He takes it quickly. Melgar. Low ball into the box. Cleared out by the Falcons. Falcons trying to get the counterattack on. Good ball. That was Franco getting it to Lima, I believe. Ball deflected out. Franco will throw it here for Kansas. Minute 57. Even at 1. Lima off a deflection. Off of 2 blocks by Altman. Scores the equalizer for Kansas. So the tournament already higher scoring than last year. These two teams, it took 97 minutes to get a goal. Finally, Hilare for Trinity last year scoring the game winner in overtime. Tried to get the ball into the box that time. It's been a physical game. You see it right there. They've let them play. Trinity tries for the counterattack. That ball way too far forward. Doss Race sends it ahead on the far side. Castaneda trying to make something happen. And a foul is called. And it's on him. McDaniel on the near side. And that is going well out of play. So McDaniel a little too much on that. Trinity, the runners-up last year, losing 1-0 to Pensacola in the championship game. They went 1-0-1 in pool play last year. They beat Kansas 1-0 in overtime and tied with Bob Jones. On the near side, the speedy Nava. They say it's off of Nava. We started at 52 degrees and kind of a light, annoying rain. We've actually gone up a degree. It's 53 now. Tomorrow, the high will be 46. On Thursday, 44 degrees. As I believe Nava shaking up for Trinity. So we have another stoppage here in the 59th minute. The next 2 or 3 days are all kind of the same, chilly and cold and rainy. On Friday, it's going to warm up, and there's going to be lots of sun Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately for the men, they'll be off on Friday. But it will make for a good championship game on Saturday evening. Folks, this men's soccer championship brought to you by Pepsi, located right here in the Upstate. Pepsi delivers an array of Pepsi products that you know and love. Pepsi, crisp, smooth, and refreshing. We're at Pepsi Stadium here in North Greenville. Big thanks to these folks who had 24 hours notice that we were coming. The nasty rain that hit yesterday made Bob Jones Field unplayable. So Trinity suffers its first injury here today. And I thought that it was Nava, but we'll check on it. Nava's still out there. So as soon as we can see the number, we will let you know. Back to live action for now. Trinity got a goal in the 13th minute. Kansas's defense has really settled in since then, though. Off the back heel. Nicely done by Bellamy. Eagles long run on the near side. Guanipa crosses it in. Going for the header was McDaniel. Center back for Kansas hits the deck. Still trouble. Ball deflected out. Kansas gives it a run. It looks like, is it 16, the injured player? I don't think we're going to get to find out the answer to that one. 26? $22, so it was Nava. I was right. He is bigger than I thought he was. They list him at 5'10". So a big loss there for the Eagles, and now a Falcons player is down. And again, I've been talking a lot about the weather. The field's in great shape, so the weather not really playing a factor in a lot of this. And for Kansas, it's Thang who's shaken up now. Kansas has lost 2 players. Thang appears to be okay, though, so he'll stay out there. But our thoughts right now are with Joseph Nava, the Italian, and hopefully he'll be okay. He's shown a lot of promise here in this first match. Very fast, athletic player who can certainly do damage for Trinity on the counterattack. Bellamy. It's played back. Vasquez turns it over. Nifty footwork by Alonso, but ran out of room. Credit the defense. For Trinity, it was Milius making the nice play. And for Kansas, Oliveira trying to hold off the attack, and he is successful. So a goal kick to come for the Falcons. Kansas Christian 11-5-1. Trinity Baptist 7-12-1. Kansas Christian from the suburbs of Kansas City, Kansas, and Trinity is from Jacksonville, Florida. These two teams meeting in the opening round, in the opening game on the opening day for the second straight year, and it's been just as fun as last year. Double the scoring. Nobody's home over on that far side. Milius sent it over, and Kansas will get it back. Lagos trying to get that ball through. No trouble for Altman. Altman made 2 blocks. And on the third attempt, it was Lima for Kansas who scored the goal in the 55th minute. We're in the 62nd right now, even at 1. Will we have overtime again between these two teams? We had it last year. It's a golden goal overtime. There are ties, by the way, here in pool play. No tiebreaker or anything. Right now we've got another corner kick for Kansas. And I believe it's Alonso over on the far side taking it again. Headed left. Trying to get there, Castaneda. That's deflected out. And they'll take the corner now from the left side. We went the first about 40 minutes without a corner, and since then there's been plenty of them. So Alonso jogs to the near side now. And you see the Falcons are all lined up towards the right of the box. That's going to be short. Third consecutive corner kick here now. Again, Alonso. Matthias Alonso, 3 goals, 7 assists here in 2018. Punched out, staying with it. Grimaldo! What a hit! Joshua Franco from Raytown, Missouri, on the deflection, saw it coming, said, I know what to do. Give my team a 2-1 advantage. Franco with his 3rd goal of the year. And Kansas with 2 unanswered goals here in this second half. They lead it 2-1. Guy Fidala tells his team to keep the energy.
Goal for the Falcons, number 16, Joshua Franco.
There is no doubt that this team was frustrated with its performance in 2017, coming in as the top attacking team and scoring 1 goal. And they have made a statement as this evening has gone on. They have come alive. And they lead it now 2-1. Right now, it's sent right back in, and another effort. This time, Altman ready for it. So the Falcons, with all the momentum, we have seen it change here in this one, so certainly plenty of time for Trinity. 41 goals, 42 now here in 2018 for the Eagles. But right now, their main attacking player, Joseph Nava, is out with an injury. Nava is tied for 5th with 14 goals in Division II. Kyle Altman fires it forward. That one's coming at the keeper, Altman. Excuse me, it was Doss Race firing it. And the effort there by Lima. Franco again on the near side, sending it ahead. A high kick, Guanipa. McDaniel trying to run it down, and Souza will clear. Thang tried to keep it in play, and he did. Nicely done by him. Trinity gets it back. McDaniel is on the far side of your screen now, sends it low. And that's no trouble for Doss Race. Doss Race, 1.20 goals against average on the season. 3 clean sheets as well. A little pushing and shoving as play starts to get chippy here late in this opening round action. Williams cleared out. Zaki makes the play for Kansas. Savi. Has played well from the left back spot. Guanipa tried to give it a run. It's cleared out again. Another throw for Trinity here. This is not a position that we saw Trinity in much last year, just late in the championship game where they were trailing. This is a team that likes to play tough defense and really limit possession. Now they've got to come forward a little bit more. And how does that factor into things? Paul sent it in. McDaniel tried to make a play on it. And once again, Doss Race makes another terrific save. McDaniel can't believe it. Let's take a look at that again. You see the ball just flicked in there, and McDaniel had a wide open shot at it, and credit the defender as well after Doss Race made that terrific block. So Trinity is looking to equalize here. 67th minute. That ball sent into the box. Altman is there. Zafrio on the far side, turning it over. Castaneda sends it into the box. No trouble again for Altman. Altman was looking for Bellamy. 68th minute. Kansas hits center circle, Munoz. It's going to be played back. Doss Race sends it forward. Man, does he have a leg. That was a huge boot for the freshman. In fact, it rolled all the way to Altman. Paul sends it over on the far side. And that'll be chased down by Oliveira, who's got everybody with him. Pressure again. Dos Reis has made a mistake coming out of the box. That led to that 13th minute goal by Guanipa for Trinity. Foul is called. That'll give Trinity an opportunity here on a free kick from just inside center circle. 69th minute. Vasquez, I believe, will take it. Can Trinity come from behind without Nava on the attack? Take it to the far side. Coming to the top of the box, it's deflected behind, and that will likely be a corner kick. Jogging out there is Zafrio. 2 goals and 1 assist for the Spaniard. McDaniel, the header. It's headed again and way too high. So it looked like for Kansas, Dos Reis might have had to make a play on it had they let McDaniel's header go, but it didn't look like it was going to be a tremendous challenge for him. Lima in the 55th, Franco in the 63rd. Kansas 2 goals here in this second half after trailing. They have come alive, but here in the 70th minute, Trinity is starting to feel the urgency. Nobody wants a tie, so if you're Trinity, you're thinking, I've got to get 2 goals here. I don't want to settle for a tie. They turn it over, though. Lagos sends it to the far side. Oh, Castaneda couldn't come up with it. He had daylight, too. But those are the chances that will likely be there for Kansas, especially as this score remains the same, and the later we get, Trinity has brought guys forward. There you can look at the replay there, and you see nobody around him, and it goes through his legs. Will that cost Kansas? Right now they have the advantage. Trinity putting the pressure on their defense. Another opportunity here for the counterattack. Long run over on that far side, and it goes out of play. This is the fastest I've seen Trinity play here in the year plus that we've been doing it. Williams sends it forward. And the left back, Mosavi, makes the play to clear it out. Quick throw by Bellamy. That's going to be a foul, most likely. We'll see if they pull a card out for that. Mosavi went in there, and the official explains that you can't do that. You can see it there again on your screen. So, remember what I said in the first half about set pieces. Here's the most important one of the game right now for Trinity. 72nd minute. Ball sent into the box. That was headed by Kansas over the crossbar, and it was enough to make me nervous at least. Zafrio is jogging out there. He's looking to cross on the quick corner, sends it into the box, headed into the back of the net. We are level again. Was that Nava? Correction, it's Lee who came in, I believe, for Nava. Turion Lee in the 73rd minute. That's Lee's 4th goal of the season, and we are level again. Well, this is the opposite of 2017 now. The whole tournament, we didn't see this many goals. These two teams are getting at it. Trinity now trying to keep that momentum going as Guanipa tried to make something happen. It was deflected out. Williams looks to throw. That was a beautiful job by Lee. Coming up now, Melgar gets it back from McDaniel, but the defense is there. That ball sent ahead. Trying to run it down, Castaneda. One-on-one, and it's deflected. And it's going to go, it looks like it's going to be a throw, or is it a corner? It's right near that corner flag. It just depends on which side of the flag. And they do say corner. So Kansas now looking to go quickly. Both teams frantic here in this second half, looking for a victory and 3 points. The corner is short. Masavi will get the throw here. Franco for Kansas, Lagos. On the far side thing. Tees up. Castaneda. Castaneda had trouble with his footing on that. Trinity clears. They're trying to get the counter going on the far side of your screen now. Good job to gather. Offside flag is down. Coming out is Doss Race. That cost him once before. Not that time, though. Heady play. So Bellamy to throw. Williams back to him. Milius. McDaniel, it's blocked by Oliveira. Staying with it is Trinity. Bellamy sends it in. Punched out, Doss Race. Staying with it, Zafrio. So Zafrio unable to make anything happen. 75 minutes in the books now. And we are even at 2. So again, college soccer rules, we're in pool play, and ties are certainly a possibility, but they will play an overtime period, I believe. That's what happened last year, at least. So we went to overtime in that first match. And it's a golden goal overtime period, but neither one of these teams want to do that, especially not Trinity. They have to play tomorrow. Kansas has the day off tomorrow, so they can get a little more rest in. But neither one of these teams is playing for overtime right now, as you'd see them both frantically going for a third goal. Ball sent in into the box. Doss Race, no trouble there. That kid has a leg on him. He booted that a mile into the sky. It lands at center circle. For Kansas, Masavi coming ahead. Lima on the near side, going to be a long run, and Franco will not get there. Scoring started in the 13th minute. Guanipa for Trinity made it 1-0. That's where we were until 42 minutes later in the 55th minute. Lima got it into the back of the net off of 2 deflections. Franco in the 63rd for Kansas made it 2-1, and then 10 minutes later, Lee for Trinity on the corner kick. This is Guanipa now for Trinity, and another corner to come for 78th minute. Nope. I thought it was going to be a corner, but they say it was last touch by the Eagles, so a goal kick instead. Paul sends it back. Altman. Kansas again. Lagos is tripped up at center circle. The foul goes on Trinity, and now a quick counter opportunity is on. This is Williams. Williams beating Doss Race. Unbelievable turn of events there. That was the quickest counter you're ever going to see, and now Williams is in the scoring column. Let's take a look at that one again. So you see the punch out right there. That's from an earlier play, so we'll get the replay for you. I get the feeling we're not done yet, though. 5 minutes after Lee scores the equalizer, now it's Trinity up 3-2. This is insanity. So for Williams, his 5th goal of the season. And now Trinity can get stingy defensively again. This is where they play so well. Let's take a look. So now we have the replay. That was a beautiful run by Williams. And right there, just Doss Ray's guessed right. He went low. Williams just better on the attack that time. How about this one? Last year we were marveling at how good and competitive this tournament was. The games were so low scoring, and now the same is true. Opposite, though, the attack has been incredible so far here in this first match. Still plenty of time for Kansas as well. They're certainly far from out of it. But it's got to be an emotional roller coaster out there on the field for these young men who have ping-ponged leads in the last 15 minutes. It's changed 3 times. 3 lead changes in 15 minutes. And now a foul called on Trinity, so an opportunity here on a set piece for Kansas. The cross, Lima. Castaneda gave it a run. But Trinity will survive this one. Altman's got to get back in the box, and he does so he can pick it up. 80th minute, my goodness. Don't go anywhere. 3-2. A flurry here late in this second half for both of these teams. McDaniel, defender falls down, 2-on-1. He flicks it ahead. That's Melgar. Blocked. Doss Race, what a play. That would have done it for sure. Doss Race kept it in his possession. Unbelievable up and down action here in this second half. 23-minute span, we saw 4 goals from the 55th to the 78th minute. And something tells me we're not done yet. Mosavi tried to send it in. Trinity comes up with it. Bellamy. McDaniel, the only guy up. Billy Jean telling his team to get back. Now here, Castaneda blocked by Altman. Best look that Castaneda has had all night right there. So a corner kick to come. As you take a quick look at that replay, Castaneda gathered himself there. Good shot. Alonso again taking the corner. 7 assists on the year. Alonso in the 82nd. It's flicked and it's going to go through. Altman misplayed it. And we are even again. Another look here at the corner. And a beautiful ball. I believe it was Lima. We'll check on it. In the 82nd minute, we are tied again at 3.
Goal for the Falcons, number 6, Matthews Alonso.
Well, I thought Lima. It was actually number 6, Alonso. His first. Matthias Alonso, 4th goal of the year. Unbelievable. 3-3. These two teams understand. This is what I was talking about. You don't want a tie. You want to win. You've got to go for it. Both teams are still going for it. Look at that circus move. Hopping over guys. Over on the far side, Alonso sends it into the box. Getting there first, Vasquez for Trinity. Back to him. This is Lima. Punched out. Counterattack is on now for Trinity. They're trying to get it to McDaniel. McDaniel has come up after Nava went out. Now here's Kansas with the counter. One of the faster soccer games that I've seen. Good block taken away that time by Milius, sent forward. Still 7 minutes left to work with here in the 83rd. Pushing, bumping, shoving, fighting for possession at center circle. That ball will be sent into the box. Nobody is home, so Altman will pick it up. Both coaches are frantic on the sidelines. 63rd minute, Kansas took a 2-1 lead. In the 19 minutes since then, we have seen 3 lead changes. And now a tie. 2 ties as well, by the way. And set pieces have played a big role. We've got another one here, this time for Kansas. Souza will take the free kick. Lucas Souza, another Brazilian. Sends it into the box. And the defense for Trinity able to get it out of there. Melgar sends it forward. McDaniel tries to get on it. Oliveira sends it out. So Melgar will throw it in for Trinity. 85th minute now, less than 6 to play. In regulation, that is. McDaniel gets it back on the 1-2. Looking on the near side, some space over here for Bellamy. Closing quickly, though, Franco. Bellamy trying to keep his footwork, looking for some help. He'll tap it back to Vasquez. Good pressure by Kansas. Staying with it, Milius. McDaniel in the center. Sends it again to Bellamy. Bellamy into the box. McDaniel! Yes! Into the back of the net. Unbelievable! 85th minute. Trinity back on top. McDaniel with a beautiful header for his 8th goal of the season. Dos Reis can't believe it. Neither keeper can believe it. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Four to 3. Trinity now with the lead. Can they survive these next 5 minutes? That's the question. 55th minute, Kansas tied it up from Lima. 63rd, they took a lead. 73rd, Trinity tied it off the foot of lead. 78th, they took the lead off of Williams. 82nd, Kansas tied it again, thanks to a goal by Alonzo. 85th, McDaniel. Is it the game winner? There's way too much time the way these last couple of minutes have gone to be that emphatic about it. This is as wild a match as you're going to see. Trinity's not sitting back either, wisely. If they can get another goal and put their stamp in it, why not? They're going to get a throw here. And in no particular hurry to do that throw either is Bellamy. Lagos trying to get the counterattack going for the Falcons. Zafrio sends it ahead. Dos Reis picks it up. Gotta go. Falcons sensing the urgency here. A loss in this pool play when you only have 2 games in pool play makes it very difficult. Lagos over on the far side gets the ball. And that ball, I believe Lima hit it a little bit short. '87th minute, you see the time left on your screen. 4-3 Trinity. 7 goals. 6 of them coming after the 55th minute. In the entire 2017 tournament, I got to do some math, so bear with me. There were 16 goals in the entire tournament last year. We've had 7, 6 of them in the last 35 minutes or so. Trinity will kick it away. Coming up, Mossavi. Franco. It's deflected. Nice job again by the Eagles. McDaniel just heads it back. Oliveira trying to make something happen for Kansas, but Guanipa is there. And now we're going to have another foul called here on Kansas. Well, they can't let the frustration set in now. The clock does stop. 2:22. I was talking a little bit about some of the differences in the American game from what some of you who are watching in Brazil and Italy, and this clock stoppage is one of the more ridiculous, isn't it? It's only in the college game, by the way. Our pros don't do that. But for some reason, they do it in college. So Trinity now with an opportunity. No need to sit on the ball here if you're Trinity. Not the way this second half has gone. Go for it. Zafrio to McDaniel. McDaniel's going to take it to the corner, so they are going to try to sit on it. McDaniel in the corner, doing a nice job. McDaniel gets it back from Zafrio, and this is killing all kinds of time. We are now inside minute 89. And Trinity is content to keep it right on that little corner. Kansas able to get it back, though, off of a goal kick. They're looking to go quickly. Dos Reis has a huge leg on him as you see him boot it forward. Lima did a good job to keep it in play. And Kansas will stay on the ball here. Oliveira. Alonzo sends it far side. Thang, I believe. Trying to chase it down is Lagos. These two teams have to be completely gassed right now. As we inch closer to the 90th minute. There's no stoppage time, nothing like that. You see the time left, that's it. And Trinity right now has a throw in here. Try to get it to the corner on that far side. I don't know what we have in store for us the rest of the way, but this was ridiculous in the best way possible. It's going to be crushing if you're Kansas Christian, but at the same time, one of these days they're going to look back on it and understand that they were a part of a classic. This was incredible. Trinity drops back. Maybe one more chance for the Falcons here. They got to go real quick. Again, Doss Race has a huge boot on him. He can get it down there. 9 seconds left to go. Got to keep it in here. Osavi sends it in, and time is going to run out on the Falcons in a classic. One of the better pool play games that you will ever see. Trinity 4 and Kansas 3. That doesn't even begin to tell you what happened in this one. Trinity controlled most of the first half. Guanipa got a goal from Milius off of an assist from Milius in the 13th minute. That's where we were until the 55th minute. And then chaos ensued. Lima for Kansas equalized in the 55th. Kansas went up 2-1 off the foot of Franco in the 63rd. 10 minutes later for Trinity, Lee would tie it up in the 73rd. Trinity would get back-to-back goals. 5 minutes later, it was Williams who gave Trinity a 3-2 lead in the 78th minute. 4 minutes later, Alonzo, off of a corner kick, put it in the back of the net, beating Altman, and we were tied again at 3. Then McDaniel for Trinity scores the game winner in the 85th minute, and a wild game goes to the runners-up from last year. Trinity gets 3 points here in Pool B, winning it 4-3. Folks, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget, folks, we got Pool A action coming up for you in about 30 minutes from now. And it's going to be the top seed North Central taking on Pensacola, the defending champions. Yeah, that'll be a good one, too. For everybody here at North Greenville, my name's Chris Sheeman. Thank you for watching this presentation of NCCAA men's soccer here on the NCCAA Network. We'll talk to you again in about a half hour. Take care.